Hello, Stampers! Happy New Year to all of you. Happy to be back with you in January. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. I know the temperatures here have been in the deep freeze for the last couple weeks, but they are forecasting some warmer temperatures this week, so let's hope that happens. So with the start of a new year, we are also going to be playing with some products from our new January to June mini catalog. And also we have a new promotion starting, another celebration promotion running from January 4th to February 28th. So today I am going to focus on this stamp set and suite called the Flowering Tulips. And I just quickly wanted to show you some pieces that go in this suite. You'll find it here on page 14 of the new mini. So they have some great samples here. These are some of the products in the suite. And then over here you've got the stamp set and some other samples. So in the suite, of course, you've got this fabulous Flowering Tulips stamp set. And it comes with some coordinating dies. Now I do have some other pieces to these dies that I'll show you in a minute for the actual tulips. But these are some great dies. Like I love this long kind of floral piece here. That'll make for some really great borders. And there are lots of different images and greetings in this stamp set. And also we have some fabulous ribbon. This is the window pane check ribbon. It comes in evening evergreen and it's quite pliable actually. It should be able to tie fairly easily. So that's also in the suite. And then we have these really cute little brushed brass butterflies, which are self-adhesive, and you have some different sizes here, some small ones and larger ones. And what's really great about these is they are super flat, so they won't add a lot of bulk to your projects if you're going to be mailing them. And so those are really cute. And then one of the showstoppers, of course, is our designer series paper. And it's called the Flowering Fields Designer Paper. And I'm just going to briefly show you the pattern. So you're going to get 12 sheets, 2 of each design. So this is on one side. You have some sort of cloud images, some sort of watercolor there. And then you've got some purples, some brighter yellows, oranges, some nice greens. Oops. Some more sort of cloud images. And then on the other side, you've got these bright sort of poppy colors and this beautiful field of tulips, which you could just cut the pieces and use them as a background on your card or as a border piece. Those are awesome. This beautiful field of flowers, and then this beautiful purple one here, and these, which remind me of rows and rows of tulips that you might find at some of the tulip farms, you know, where they're growing tulips. These are just beautiful. And then this really stunning one, which is probably one of my favorites in the package. So some really, really beautiful paper, and we are going to work with some of that on our project. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to make, and we're going to make this. This is a step card. So you can see on the side view, hopefully, how that is arranged so it stands up as a step. Okay, and we are going to use some of that beautiful DSP, and I'll show you how we're going to put those tulips together as well. Okay, so I did do some pre-cutting, and the colors we are going to use, I've got some little pieces here, I'll just set those aside. This is Rich Razzleberry. Because we're going to use this part of the designer paper, this purple, and I thought that would really show up nicely. So this is going to be our base piece, and it's cut at 9 inches across by 4 1/4, And we've scored it. I know you can't really see the score lines, but it's scored at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, and 5 3/4. So let's just fold on those score lines here. Let's see if I can see them myself here. And this one, and then this will be our back. So that basically is what will make our step, if you can see that here. Okay, so we also have a flat piece in rich raspberry, and that is 2 1/2 by 8 1/2, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So yeah, so if you put it in your trimmer, it's 5 1/2 there. And this is what will make our front panel here. Okay, so we're going to set that aside, and we're going to add some designer paper. So I did cut from that Flowering Fields DSP, and I'll post all these measurements on the post. So we're going to add a little strip here to the front of our step. And then we're going to add a larger piece on this larger panel here of our step. Okay, like so. So this will sort of be the background, like so. All right, so then also on the inside is where I'm going to put my little piece of basic white, just so we can add a little greeting there, or another message if you wanted. You could stamp a little happy birthday or whatever you wanted if you didn't want to do it on the front, or just add an extra greeting on the inside. Okay, so we'll set that aside and bring out our panel. So this small flap is going to adhere to the back, so it's this large one that's going to show. So I'm going to add this green from the designer paper. This would also look lovely, but I thought with the tulips on there, I wanted something a little more subtle. So to bring the tulips into the forefront. So we will put this on here, like so. And now we will assemble these tulips. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are some extra tulip dies, and I just sort of cut these out so you could see what they look like. Now this particular paper is from our celebration catalog. It's one item that you can redeem for free with a $60 purchase before shipping and GST. And it's this one. It's called Simply Marvelous 6x6 DSP. It's on page 10. And you get 48 sheets in there, so 8 each of 6 designs, and quickly show you what they look like. So on one side you have like a nice sort of simple marble kind of effect in different colors here, beautiful. And on the back you've got more sort of swirly, larger swirls, which are pretty cool too, and very vibrant colors. So I can see using this one for like some water, or this one for some water, something like that. So I've decided to go with this purple here for the tulips. And I'll show you how we are going to put these together. So one thing you might notice, these 3 are different. This one is different, but these 3 are all the same. So I think they've just given us some extras, to cut en masse, and because you would include one of these pieces in each of the different sizes of tulips. So this one, this first one here would give you this little bud. The second one here would give you this larger tulip, and this third one would give you this one here. So they're all different shapes. Now you could use different colors of cardstock if you wanted for the different pieces. It's totally up to you. I just decided to do them with this purple because it's a variegated color. It's got different, shades of the purple, which I thought would be kind of neat. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to put these together. So let's start with our little bud. So you can decide if you want the darker or the lighter to show. Okay, it just depends which way you're going to fold your paper here. So this little piece, I think I'm going to do mine light this time. So then this piece here would fit inside and you would just close that up. So to give it a little bit of dimension, I'm going to add a mini dimensional to the bottom of this tiny insert. And then I'm just going to sort of put it down towards the left, like so. Oops, hang on. I might have done that upside down. Did I? Yes. Okay, another thing to mention, you'll notice there's a little bit of a swirl on the top, and that is going to be the top of your tulip. Okay, I forgot to mention that. Same with this little insert piece. There's a little bit of a scallop, so that's going to be the top. So I did that upside down initially, but okay, so we're going to put that there, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of Tombow on these flaps. Did I do that one a little too close? Because you want to be able to fold that over. Okay, so I'm just going to add, oops, that was a new bottle. It was a little bit too much there. Okay, maybe I can just attach this one right on top. Well, I'll just put a teeny bit. A new bottle of glue, so it all just came out when I pressed a little too hard. You don't need very much, but it will clear, so it should be fine. So I'm just gonna wipe that off and just hold that for a second. So there's one, that's gonna be our little bud. All right, so for this one, again, you can decide which color you want to show. Okay, so it'll be like that or like this, depending on which direction. Okay, I think I'm going to do mine the light side this time, like so, and then this piece will fit inside. Okay, so again, I'm going to put a little dimensional mini one on the very bottom. Make sure the scallop side will be showing up. And this one has the scallop at the top, so I'm just going to put this one in there. And then again, I'm just going to add a teeny bit, hopefully a teeny bit of Tombow on these pieces to attach them down. Okay, so you can just hold those for a second. And there's our second tulip. And then our third one, again, you can decide which colors you'd like to show with this paper. If you were using just a regular cardstock, of course it wouldn't matter. You would just, fit them in there together. So I think what I'll do with this one, I'll just put a little bit of Tombow. I'll start working from back to front, maybe. See how this goes. Okay, so I'm going to insert this one with a scallop on top there. And then I'll add a little dimensional to this second piece. And put that in the center, like so. And then these two are going to fold on top to make your tulips. So again, I'll add just a little bit of Tombow here. Fold that over. And then a little bit over here. And fold that over. Okay, and that will dry there, like so. Okay, so I'm going to move these out of the way without trying to drop them. And here are our tulips, our three different buds. Okay, oh, my finger's a little bit sticky, but okay. Like so. Okay, so here are our buds. So now what I want to do on here is I'm going to add some greenery so we can attach these buds. And so from the dies, I've cut out, we have a long stem, and then I decided to cut out 2 smaller ones. And then I also have 2 tulip leaves. Okay, so like our sample here, if you can see it, we've got our leaves and our tulips there. So I think I will start, I'm just going to bring out my silicone mat here. Let's start with this long one. Now, an option would be to use your adhesive sheets, which I did not do this time, because this stem is super, super skinny. So I'm just going to try to put on a little bit of glue. And you can decide how high, but I did want to put a greeting at the bottom, so I placed mine a little bit higher, like so. Oops. Okay, and then I will do one. Yeah, adhesive sheets would be quick and less messy for sure if you wanted to use those. And I mean, the Tombow does give you a teeny bit of wiggle room, right? If you decided, oh, I don't really want it there, I wanted it over a bit, you can always have a little bit of time to reposition your pieces before they actually stick down, whereas with adhesive sheets, they would be down and you would have to basically rip them off and start over. Okay, so it's coming together, our leaves, or our stems, sorry. So now I think I'll add these leaves, and since I have my glue out, I may as well just use it here. Okay, so let's put one here, like I did on my sample. And then the other one we will put on the other side. And you could add more if you wanted. You just have to cut more from your dies. Okay, so we can put this one in the middle or to the side. What do I want to do? Well, let's put this one in the middle too this time for something different. Okay, so that will be the end of my glue, I think. All right, so we've got this happening like this. So maybe now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and attach this to our face. So like I mentioned, you want to line this up. You're going to sort of eyeball it to the front and make it flush to the bottom, center it. And then this piece is, when you fold it closed, this piece will adhere to the back, okay? So I want it to be nice and firm, so I'm going to use some tearing tape, and I'm just going to put a strip here along the bottom. Okay, so we're going to look at this, and we're going to try to center this flush at the bottom. You may be a little bit off, but that's okay, like so. And then you're going to put it shut, and then I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape over on this end here. So, yeah, I took some time off stamping over the holidays, so I was waiting for some of my new product to arrive. So now we can get busy again. All right, so that is going to be your stand-up, right? So now we can attach our tulip buds, and I am going to do those. Whoops. I'm going to do those with some dimensionals. So just make sure you've got these going the right way. Let me see, I just have minis here. Just used up my regular ones, but that's okay. In another box, I'm sure. I had my stamping supplies all set out in my dining room over the last little while, and so with Christmas I had the major task of cleaning my dining room and so things got moved all over the place and are slowly starting to reappear. So I don't have a stamp room as such. I wish I did, but I do not, so make the best of it. Okay, so now you have to decide which bud you want to go where. So let's see. Maybe I'll do this one here. Oops. That was not very smart. I put them in the wrong place. So guess we could take this one off here. Should have looked at that before I put it down, but we'll just sort of move them over a bit so they don't. Yeah, one thing to be aware of, I guess. Okay, so is this the back? Yes, this is the back. And I mean, with some of this designer paper, you can make all sorts of colors of tulips. I love tulips in the spring. They're one of my favorites. Okay, so let's put this one here at the top. So there are the tulips. So then we will attach our greetings. So this is from the stamp set, and they have some nice ones in here. So I did No One Deserves a Happier Birthday Than You, but you could also make it into a Mother's Day card, anniversary card, thinking of you, let today be the start of something new. And thank you, you are so thoughtful. So there's so many occasions you could use the stamp set for. So I turned this into a birthday card. And I should have pulled out a new pack of regular dimensionals, but oh well. So I'll stick some of these on here. Still have some glue on my fingers, so that's not helping. I'm gonna walk away with dimensionals and glue all over myself. Okay, I think that will be sufficient. Okay. There. So then we will put this. Now this I stamped in Highland Heather ink on the basic white, and then I cut it out with the stitched rectangle die, which fit perfect. So I'm just gonna center this here and cover the bottom of those stems. You could add some ribbon here if you wanted. I thought there's kind of enough going on without ribbon, but I am going to put on some of our little butterflies. So I'm just gonna put these up here, wherever. I think I'll put on about, put a larger one here, maybe 3. 3 is always a good number when adding an embellishment, I find. So I'll do that there. And there you go. There is your tulip step cards. I hope you can see that at that angle. This is again the side view of it, and different color possibilities for sure when you make tulips and with a designer paper. Here I used sort of the darker side of that Marvelous DSP, and here I use more the lighter side, so it just gives it a different look, but both are very, very nice. So if you are interested in purchasing any of these products and taking advantage of our celebration promotion, I do have a new host code for January. TZYVRSN7. You're welcome to use that on my website at christineludwig.stampinup.net. You can also visit me on Facebook, Pinterest, and my new YouTube channel, all known as Christine Stamping Spot. And I'd really love it if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're there. There are some other projects and videos posted there, and it is free to subscribe, so there will be constantly new additions coming onto that channel. And this tulip bundle, just for reference, is listed, the dies and the stamp set, at $72 for the bundle, so that would earn you that marvelous DSP for free if you were interested. So I hope you enjoyed that project today, and great to have you back visiting in January, and we will see you next week with a new project. Have a great day, everyone, and a great week. Bye for now.